You should not just put 10,000 in your pocket and feel that when you get to Ghana, you get everything you need. You get accommodation, you get your food, you get some clothing, you get a shop to even start your business. That is not what he has said. So, hello, the Jesse Pepper and Paste. Hello, the Jesse Sugars. Welcome back to my channel. This is Jesse as always. This is Jesse the Pepper and Paste. This is Jesse the celebrity. This is Jesse the Sugar. Guys, how are you doing? Hope you are popping. Hope you are glowing. Hope you are strong. Hope you are doing awesomely beautiful. So, guys, today I am here to bring you another Bunge content, and as you are seeing from the background, this is quite different from the background I use in filming my content, and you are seeing somebody differently, someone you haven't seen on this channel or this platform before. And so guys, that's to tell you that our topic is going to be very interesting to watch, very educative, very entertaining, and very juicy here and there. So guys, if there's the kind of content you're going to enjoy watching, please sit, get a cup of popcorn, eat while you enjoy watching this episode of ours. And please, before I continue, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, leave us a beautiful comment, and then hit the subscription icon. And yeah, you are now part of Jesse Pepper and Paste internet family. So keep watching. So guys, you already know my name. I don't need to do the intro again. If you are here seeing me for the first time, my name is Jacinta, aka Lady Jessie, and here I have with me
Barrister Franklin Aborum.
Okay, we have a barrister in the house. I think this is the first time we are having a barrister on this channel. So guys, I decided to bring him here because I want us to talk. I want us to share our opinions. I want somebody to give me his own opinion, understanding about the current happenings between Ghana and Nigeria. Why are Nigerians running to Ghana? Like, especially after the election that was held on 25th of February, everybody simply want to jackpot, and most of the people who do not have so much capital are saying they are going to Ghana. And I'm asking myself, why Ghana? Why not Togo? Why not South Africa? Why not Cameroon and other African country? Why just Ghana? And I said I'm bringing this barrister here on this channel to tell me what he thinks and his take about why people are jackpotting to Ghana. If you are hearing the word jackpot for the first time, it simply means why people are relocating or moving to a different country other than their home country. So keep watching.
Barrister Franklin, like I said earlier, I would like to give my opinion on the reason behind the migration, to Ghana by most Nigerians, especially the youth folks. First of all, I think we have to consider the proximity and then our history with Ghana. As a result of the proximity with Ghana, part of it, one, there's what we call Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. Now, ECOWAS is a union between West African states, where there are no much immigration processes. Like, I could decide to go to Ghana today with just my Nigerian passport, and I'll be stamped to stay in Ghana for up to 3 months. This is one of the reasons. And then again, you look at the cost of transportation. Transporting myself to Ghana here, it's not as expensive as going to other maybe West African countries. Or when compared to South Africa, there are a lot of visa restrictions. So it's not easy for a Nigerian to japa to South Africa.
The Japan is just interesting to hear.
Than going to Ghana. It's because of the proximity, the lesser visa restrictions, and then our history. We have a lot of history together with Ghana, and then we interrelate in the entertainment industry. We're always, competing in sports. We're always competing. And then I think there is a whole lot similar between Nigerians and Ghana. I feel maybe when you go to Ghana as a Nigerian, you can easily interrelate and then, fuse yourself into the society, unlike other countries in West Africa or in Africa in the whole.
Thank you so much for what you said. You just mentioned two things that are very obvious. The first one is because we have a common community, the ECOWAS. That is the major or one of the reasons why Nigerians are relocating or moving to Ghana. And the second thing you mentioned, to the best of my knowledge, is the cost of transportation, whether you are going by flight or by road or even by sea. Do we have any sea, whatever thing? Is there any sea that connects us? So please just let us know on the comment section is there any sea that connects Nigeria and Ghana, so that for those of us who do not have money to go by flight or by road, we can simply just build a canoe somewhere and then by night move by ourselves with ourselves through the night to Ghana. So just let us know about this on the comment section. So just as you said, you talked about cost of transportation, you talk about us having a common community, which is ECOWAS. Then apart from these two keys you have mentioned, I think there are more other reasons why people are just moving there.
Okay. Yeah, there are other very important reasons. They have a better life expectation, better life standards. At least you can easily access electricity. The internet is okay. These are another reason. Where you can get these services cheaper, unlike Nigerian, where they are absent. Like a situation where if you go to Ghana, you are assured of some level of steady electricity. You are assured of some basic social amenities that are absent in Nigeria, and then you could get it cheaper. Unlike when you compare to areas like South Africa, it's very expensive, living in South Africa. And also the accommodation, the housing, you can easily pay your rent in Ghana as a Nigerian, because the disparity in price is not that much. But compared to other more developed West Africa or maybe South Africa, it's kind of expensive. In a nutshell, I would say it's easy to sink in to the society. In Ghana as a Nigerian, you can easily go there. The disparity in system of life is not that wide.
Yes.
It's not a wide margin. Considering the accommodation, once you move, you want to stay in your own house, you want to stay in a house you can afford. So I think Ghana offers that. Ghana also offers basic amenities, light, water, and they are not as expensive as when compared to other areas, other countries.
Okay, let me say something here. So the fact is that he has been hammering that it's not so expensive compared to other West African countries. Doesn't mean you should go to Ghana without being prepared. Ghana is very expensive. That's what I want you to know. When you rate Ghana and Nigeria, Ghana is more expensive than Nigeria. The cost of living there is very expensive. The accommodation is very expensive, because in Nigeria you can pay for 1 year, and in Ghana you are asked to pay for 2-3 years, which at the end of the day you are going to see that the amount is when you accumulate it, it is so high. So to the fact he has been saying less expensive, remember he's comparing Ghana to other West African countries that are more developed, or other African countries.
That are more expensive.
You should not just put 10,000 in your pocket and feel that when you get to Ghana, you get everything you need. You get accommodation, you get your food, you get some clothing, you get a shop to even start your business. That is not what he has said. So please, I want you to listen again and again to get the words in between, so you don't make any mistake in case you have decided to jackpot like every other person. So another thing I'm going to be saying here, you talked about our cultural similarities, and that is one of the reasons why in your world Nigerians are sinking easily in Ghana. So when we talk about culture, do you really think that the culture of Nigeria and that of Ghana is in any way closely related?
Well, I don't know much about their particular traditional African cultures, but looking at the religious setting, just like in Nigeria, some aspect of Nigeria has predominantly Muslims. There are also some areas in Nigeria that are predominantly Christians. So I'm coming from the religious perspective, you go to Ghana, maybe I'm a Christian, and once I go to an environment that are predominantly Christians, I will easily blend. When you talk about the cultural African traditional and culture, I think we have similarity. Just like Ghana, there are this set of people that want to protect their culture, even to their languages. And we Africans too, we Nigerians, we also have some aspects of our tradition that we also want to keep intact. So I feel basically as Africans, we cherish our culture and tradition, just like Ghanaians, who also cherish their particular culture.
Thank you for emphasizing on that. So another question I'm going to be asking you is about democracy. I think as a law student, you did something so hard that has to do with the law of Nigeria and the law of Africa as a whole, right? So from your opinion and your personal experiences, from what you have read as someone who is literate, if you have been asked to compare the democracy system in Ghana and in Nigeria, do you think they are the same? Do you think Nigeria is doing better, or do you think Ghana is actually ranking higher?
I will compare to one particular institution. That's the legislative houses. The last National Assembly in Nigeria, Ghanaians National Assembly, there is a stark difference. Okay. Like when you go to the Parliamentary Assembly of the Ghanaians, you witness some group of legislators who are agitating, who kind of they almost go into fighting, trying to air their opinion on how to move the country forward. They try to make laws. They try to argue on how to move the country forward. What about Nigeria? The speaker, the Senate president, they always have the same voice with the executives. So there is not much that is done to promote the democracy in Nigeria. Legislators are they are the watchdogs to the executive. Ghanaians National Assembly, you witness such where you see the legislators trying to canvass the law, trying to advocate, trying to make new laws, trying to be responsive when it comes to parliamentary functions. But when it comes to Nigeria, you will see that I won't say that actually they are tied to the executive, but their body language, the coloration, it seems like the last legislative assembly were more tied to the executive, and it made them kind of redundant in making laws, and it made them less effective, when arguing. You almost see a situation where the executive and the legislation agree on a similar term, which is not healthy for a good democracy. So I feel when comparing that aspect, I feel that the Ghanaians has a more responsive legislators. Then when we talk about the people, I feel Ghanaians are responsive when it comes to politics. Like they're always willing to respond. Like whatever the government does, they always want to speak out.
Air their minds.
Air their minds, But when compared to Nigeria, we're always scared. Once we just say the little we can,
that means there's freedom of
expression, more in Ghana than here, because I feel one of the reasons, because the people in Ghana are they defeated a little bit of their ethnic differences, but in Nigeria we're always buried in this ethnic division. So therefore, once this person is doing it wrong, as far as it's from your ethnic divide, you agree with it. So that's another thing I feel. Ghanaians are responsive.
So you can hear the big grammar he just spoke here. Me, sir, I can't even remember some of them. So when I'm editing this video, I'll just get my pen and paper and be writing them down and go to the dictionary to add more vocabulary to the ones I don't, to the little I know already. So I'm going to say well done and thank you. So that will bring me to the next question when it has to do with our education system. I'm happy you are a graduate, and I'm also happy one or two things that is happening in our educational system here in Nigeria, and then we are still going to take it over to Ghana to compare the two countries who has a better educational system. And then if you are married, if you have a child, where will you want your child to school, in Ghana or here in Nigeria?
That's a very big question, but I don't want to appear biased. I want to be as honest as possible. Okay. When you talk about the educational system, I think in contrast, Ghana is a bit more way better than Nigeria, in the sense that when we talk about global university ranking, a university in region, some areas in Ghana, they rank higher than some Nigerian universities. In general, when you talk about in general, I feel the education system in Nigeria is higher than that of Ghana because it's more competitive here. But just that the investment, when you talk about investing in education, I feel the Ghanaians invest more. Okay. Understand? They invest more in their education that makes it look like it's better than that of Nigeria. They invest more. They always want to come out at the top economy. But here in Nigeria, there's no much investment in education, but we are still doing our best. If I say now that the Nigerian education system is better than that of the Ghanaians, what about the situation where Nigerians leave to Ghana to study? So how will I be able to defend that when there are a lot of Nigerians that are in Ghana for higher education?